I was having a conversation a couple of weeks ago with someone who had lost someone very close to them. And it brought to mind a column I had read by Ann Landers many, many years ago when I was a kid. And it's one of those columns I've never really forgotten. It was sort of a two-parter. The first part was this woman had written into Ann Landers about her husband. And she essentially was complaining about her husband, that her husband snored and how bad it was and the fights that they were having because of it. And obviously it kept her up and she just didn't know what to do and she was looking for advice. And what I remember is actually not Ann Landers' response, but a fellow reader's response. And her response ran a few days later, and it was simply this. She said, I too have had that problem with my husband. That snoring was incessant and it kept me up. And she said, but I've lost him. He died a couple of years ago. And I'll tell you right now, I would do anything to hear him snore again one more time. The perspective of that letter, how easy it is for us to focus on the things that annoy us about someone. How easy it is to focus on the things that really ultimately don't matter. Sort of the external stuff. Yeah, they can be annoying. But that annoyance is just that, an annoyance. It's not really about who the person is. And often when we focus on that, what we do is we lose sight of the truth and the reality of the gift of the person that God has given us. Jesus in the Gospel of John even talks about the fact as he prays to the Father, that those who you have given me are your gift to me. And I'll be honest, that's something I actually preach of many times when I'm preaching homilies at a funeral, is the gift of the person. It's so easy to lose sight of that gift until it's too late. And then in that moment, all we want is the gift back. Really, that's our struggle. That's our responsibility, is to start to begin to change what our focus is. Yes, it is so easy to find the faults in someone else. It's so easy to find the things that annoy us. It is so easy to discover the things that are wrong. Now, obviously, in some relationships, those are real and those should be the focus because it's not just an annoyance. But overall, in many of our relationships, probably most of them, it is so easy to fall into the finding fault. And when we do that, we lose sight of what's most important. The joys, the hopes, the great benefits that this relationship brings to us. We lose sight of how much meaning the relationship really has for us. We lose sight of the gift that we have truly been given by our God by allowing this person to be in our lives. And so often, it is only after that we come to recognize the truth and the reality of the gift that the person was. So let's learn from this then. Let's begin to make a change in our lives. Let's stop looking for what's wrong with someone and really begin to look at the gift that they are. And on top of that, let's begin to let them know. Too often, again, I hear from people, I wish I had just said X. But it's too late. Today, it's not too late. Today, we can begin to make a change. We can begin to make a difference. We can begin to recognize the gift that God has given us in the people in our lives. Let's do that. Let's just take up this challenge each day to find something good to say to someone in your life, to let them know just how much you appreciate the gift that they are to you. It's so easy to focus on the snoring. It's much harder to recognize the gift. Let's do the hard work. Let's recognize the gift. And let us express our gratitude for the gift of the people that God has given us. God bless.